Hey there, good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Julia Kwedi. Got some sunshine out there for us this afternoon, along with that continued humidity and muggy conditions and winds going upwards around 25 miles an hour for some neighborhoods here in the coastal bend. Right now, taking a look at our Whataburger Skycam over Whataburger Field, we can see that view of a mixture of some sun and some clouds out there. Of course, we had a decrease in cloud cover from the beginning part of this morning, having mostly cloudy conditions that are now starting to break apart a little bit as we go throughout the remainder of our afternoon. Looking at visible satellite, we can see those clouds kind of begin to break apart as we went through this afternoon, seeing a lot more heavier cloud cover throughout portions of our inland neighborhoods. Now all of us looking at some more pockets of sunshine for us this afternoon that's going to contribute towards those warmer temperatures that we're definitely feeling for us right now at this hour. Here in Corpus Christi, we have our temperature sitting at 86 degrees, feeling like 92. Over in Robstown, sitting at 90 degrees while it feels like 96. And over in Kingsville, sitting at 90 degrees on the dot, but it feels like you're in the triple digits right now as it relates to how your body feels when you step outdoors over in that neighborhood. So again, all this mugginess, all this humidity, it's going to be a tribute towards that southeast moisture coming in from our southeasterly winds, and we can kind of see that being depicted looking at our current dew point values well into that oppressive zone into the 70s across the area. So that's why things are feeling so heavy, so much like a weighted blanket to us with all that moisture and humidity in the atmosphere. Looking at our hour-by-hour forecast, we can see where our winds are still coming in from the southeast, upwards nearby 25 miles an hour. They will eventually start to decrease towards the teens later on towards tonight, 9-10 o'clock this evening, as well as our temperatures decreasing towards the 80s, then the 70s by the time we start to reach our evening and nighttime hours. Looking at our feel like temperatures, we'll still be feeling pretty muggy though, still going to be ranging towards the 80s at the very least for our feel like temperatures, not quite dropping towards the 70s as our air temperatures will be over the next few hours. Right now we'll still be sitting into the 90s until around 6 o'clock this evening as it relates to where our feel like temperatures will be, and then again dropping towards the 80s overnight and then increasing yet again back up to the 90s by tomorrow afternoon as that humidity will still be at play. So with all that humidity and moisture, that's going to add towards our feel like temperatures getting towards the 90s as they are today and for tomorrow. So that's why we do have an elevation for heat risk currently at play for us across the coastal bend, getting towards that moderate zone for us throughout majority of our area here in South Texas for our heat risk for today. That's going to continue towards tomorrow. A bit of a mixed patch here and there. Northerly neighborhoods going to be under a minor risk for heat risk, and then other areas in the coastal bend still under that moderate zone tomorrow. And then heading towards the second, we'll still be looking at most areas at that point starting to be towards a minor risk for heat danger thereafter. So got some improvement coming on the way with that heat risk decreasing by the time we get to the next few days. But all this heat and humidity may make you want to maybe have a drink. Of course, you want to make sure you supplement this with water. But of course, if you need a bit of an afternoon pick-me-up, you can go ahead and get to your local coffee shop and get you some iced coffee. Temperatures will reach towards around 86 degrees for our afternoon high throughout some neighborhoods this afternoon. Warm and humid conditions, as I said, that we'll be dealing with here in the coastal bend with that heat index value, otherwise known as our feel like temperatures, reaching towards the 90s throughout most of our neighborhoods. Now, we do have rain coming in the forecast. Could see a couple showers passing on through for northerly neighborhoods as we head towards the later hours for tonight, around 9-10 o'clock this evening, passing throughout maybe parts of Beeville and then heading towards a little bit closer towards our coastal neighborhoods. All of us will get a better chance to get some rainfall activity coming in by this weekend to the early part of next week.